The rate at which things get expensive here. Hey, abroad is money, oh. Is this not abroad? Those lights used to go up in the abroad. Hey. Hey. Oh Lord, my God. Family members. How are you doing? Let me adjust my rich auntie vibes dress very well. And my hey, you people are not ready for this particular vlog. If you are watching me, please go and look for something to chew. Those I didn't tell you. Because this vlog, you know, when I look back, all I can just say is that God is faithful. I mean, God is really faithful. God has been so faithful. Honestly, like, wow. How do I feel, you know, looking back at, looking back through the last 7 months, you know, how it has been here, living here, how has it been so far? I think one word I'll use to qualify the whole thing is beautiful, or eventful. Yeah, I think those are the words I want to use to qualify it, because I've not really had so negative experiences, you know what I'm trying to say, you know. I've not had any story, you know, like how people say, oh, they came abroad and they were stranded for weeks, you know, they couldn't do so. My dear, I don't have that kind of story, oh. Honestly, like, you know, I just feel like everything, of course, everything works together, you know, for good to them that love the Lord. And I have seen that verse of the scriptures, you know, play out evidently in my life. Since I came here for the past 7 months, since I've been here for the past 7 months, I mean, it's just been, you know, God putting me in the midst of the right people and, you know, linking me up with the very right people. So I think one of the reasons why, you know, sometimes when I share some of my pictures and videos, you know, some of my friends are like, Mary, you really settled in fast, you know, you just got into a new place and, you know, you're already doing stuff and all that. My darling, let me explain to you, let me explain like how it all happened. I feel like this cap is even distracting me. Let me remove it. My hair is fine now. Let me just keep that. Okay, so you know, some of my friends will be like, Miri, you know, oh, you are really settling in fast and all that. This is actually what happened. And I feel like if you are traveling into a new place, you know, if you're relocating, if you're going into a new environment, I think these things will work for you too. All right. So, you know, before I came at all, you know, I've already been interacting with people here, making some contact, you know, talking to this person, you know, being in the midst of, I've actually been talking to people even before coming here, people that are here. And fortunately for me, there's one of my friend who, you know, we grew up, we were together in the choir back then, you know, in Lagos, DL, we were in the youth choir back then, and we weren't even like close friends, but we were friends. And before I came, I think a week to my coming, or maybe 2 weeks to my coming, I spoke with one of my big brothers, and he just mentioned, oh, so person is in Cyprus, so you should talk to her. I'm like, is it the same person I know? Like, is it the same Debbie Timomo? He said, oh yes, it's Debbie. I'm like, oh, please give me a number, you know. I chatted, I'm like, please, this is the Debbie from Odagege. Hey. She said, yeah, she sent me a picture. Money, what? So who's this girl? You've been abroad for how many years? She said, oh yeah, she's been outside, she's been studying, you know. And you know there's some people that actually travel and they don't talk about it, they don't post it. There are people that are not like us. You understand what I'm trying to say? That when we travel, we talk about it, and we talk about it, nothing's gonna happen. You know. So I linked up with her, and you know, she was able to help me settle in, you know, really fast. Okay, When we came here, my friend and I, when we got to the airport, you know, we got location of our house, our different houses, you know, came over. The person who helped us got the house, you know, happens to be a pastor in one of in the fellowship I currently attend. Do you understand? So he came over later to see us, you know. And another thing I want to say is that if you're relocating to a new place, see, you need brethren. Do you understand me? You need brethren, no, be in the midst of people who love the Lord. You need that fellowship. You need that community of believers. So the first week I came, you know, Debbie later came to meet me. She came to the house, and guess what? Debbie brought food. Hey, I was even on lockdown. Like, okay, I had to quarantine, you know, 14 days quarantine, compulsory quarantine. I couldn't go out. I couldn't do anything. Yeah, I brought some, you know, food stuff from Nigeria. But, you know, now you're just coming into a new place. You're not coming in and then tomorrow you are cooking, you know, immediately. And mother's that Debbie brought me food though. Hey, that food was enough to last me for 1 week. And you know, she was bringing that food for me like every weekend. Hey, Jesus. Mary and food. We are stronger together. You know, she was bringing me food. I didn't have to cook. All I just do is microwave. Correct food though. Poundo yam, jollof rice, meat, chicken, fish, beef, everything. Like this girl, hey, I say, our Lord is good. Hey, our Lord is good. Before you know it, so I think one of the days when I was on quarantine, I posted a picture. I took a picture. In fact, I think at that time I did not even announce that, you know, I traveled and all that. But I posted a picture, and one of my big sister saw the pictures on my status, and she's like, Mary, I know this environment though. Are you in Cyprus? I said, yes, ma. I just relocated. She's like, wow, you're in Cyprus. She's like, oh, I schooled in Cyprus. You should meet so person. You should meet. From just that picture I posted on my status, so she was just giving me the contact of people. Talk to this person if you need this. Talk to this person if you need this. But I say, hey. I said, okay, we are here for it. You know, then pastors from church fellowship came to see me. You know, one of the numbers she gave me, so I just chatted him up, Professor Costin. I'm going to put his picture here. I just chatted Professor Costin up that, oh, Auntie Debbie gave me your number, you know, I should chat to you. Like, the next day or so, or maybe 2 days later, Professor Costin came to my house. I was like, oh, Mary, how are you? Welcome. Are you fine? Do you need anything? In fact, I think he even helped me carry one of my bag or one of my boxes I had left somewhere, you know, brought it to my house. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. You people are nice in this Cyprus, so that's not what I read online now. Because you and I know that, like, you know, if you're traveling to a new place and you go online to check, you know, how is it like living in Cyprus and all that. Cyprus is one of the places that has, like, negative comments. When you check online, if you go to Google now and type, how does it feel or how is it like living in Cyprus, you're going to see different comments. Oh, Cyprus is a bad place. Things are hard. It's expensive. The sun is so hot. You would read a lot. If you're not careful, you may be discouraged, right? And I'm not saying that those things are not true. Don't get me wrong. But I think that most people share from their experiences. If you ask me, for instance, like if I probably want to put up a post or a write-up about, you know, how it has been here so far, I'm not going to give those kind of reports. And I feel like this is where we should be very careful as Christians about the things we believe and the reports we believe. Whose reports do you believe? If you go online, for instance, and you want to travel to a new place and you say, oh, how is it like, or what is the cost of living in this particular place? And then all you want to focus your mind on is the negative, my dear, you may not make that decision you want to make. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You know, I saw those comments and I just ignored. I didn't even bother. Because I'm like, people are living in this place now. There are people that have been here for, you know, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. How are they doing it? If it is working for them, it's going to work for me. Me, I began to declare, like, you know, the good, the positive things. I began to declare the promises of the Lord because I'm not going to come here and be stranded. I'm not going to come here and be suffering. God forbid, it will not happen to me. You know, so I held on to what the Lord has told me and what I want to believe. And see, that is what has been working for me in this place. Anybody knows. I can say it anywhere. God has been so good. God has been so good. Back to my story. So, you know, after quarantine, I went to church, and the first day I went to NECF, and I'm like, wow. One thing you should know about Cyprus is that there are a lot of African students, people from different countries, Liberia, Sierra Leone, you know, Nigeria, different countries, because there are a lot of schools here, and most of the schools here actually give, you know, scholarship, maybe 50% scholarship or 75% scholarship. So that, in a way, attracts a lot of students. Do you understand? So there are a lot of students here from different countries. And I'm like, wow, this is so beautiful. You know, I'm like, wow, this is my first day in church. And the reception was so beautiful. I'm like, wow. Hey, is this not disciples that people have been saying bad things about? Okay, no problem. You know, I settled in. And so that helped me to really settle in well. You know, that helped me to settle in well. And when I resumed in school also, amazingly, I just got connected with one of my friends who is a Kenyan, and my God, Sadia is being, oh my God, how do I want to describe Sadia? She's just got a beautiful heart. She's just got a beautiful soul, always looking out for me. I mean, I'm like, God, the way you're just connecting me with the right people, wow. You know, I made friends also, and I think another thing that helped me, or that's been helping me so far, is that I make friends easily. You know, I'm that kind of person that'll probably get into a place, and as much as I want to, you know, check how it is going here, you know, I want to be calm at first and all. By the time I finally settle in, I mean, I cannot hide myself. You understand? Everybody has to know that Mary is here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So even in class, like, you know, I settled in well. My lecturers know me. You understand that kind of thing? I think there was even a day I came late to a particular lecture, and when I came in, the lecturer said, "I told you Mary is going to come." I said, oh shit. He said, "Mary never misses lectures. I told you she will come." I remember that. I should be, my head should be swelling. But you know, that's just my character. That's just my kind of person. You know, I'm free with my classmates. Everybody, you know, we are good together now, and that is what you should do. When you are going into a new place, or when you get into a new environment, please, for your own sake, you cannot be forming big girl and big boy. You, if you like, be forming. If you go and form and you go and make mistakes, it will not be good. Do you understand? So mix with people that are of like minds, and also be in the midst of people of God. This one is very important. Because again, for a place like Cyprus is a very porous community. Cyprus is a very porous community. If you are coming here and you don't know why you are coming or what you are coming to do, my dear, let me not talk. You know, so anywhere at all, anywhere you are going to, right, know why you are going and what you're going to do. Very, very important and fundamental. Now, let me begin to talk about some of the you know, things I began to see, and I'm like, oh wow, this is beautiful. You know, like the free school buses available in all schools. So if you're going to, you know, school here, you have a designated bus stop. You know, the bus comes to pick you, drops you in school, brings you back, and you know, everything is free. You understand? Like, nice one. You know, when I saw that, don't be annoyed, where I'm coming from, we don't used to do free school buses. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh wow, this is beautiful, this is nice. You know, another thing, the lectures, right? The lectures are, I mean, I don't know, lecture period is just so interesting. I mean, you are sitting in class, and after 1 hour, lecturer says, I think you need to go on break, you need to relax. And I'm like, you people want to give us break after 1 hour. Hey, girl, and you know, that's how like old lecturers do it. You know, they give you break after 1 hour, go for 15 minutes break, go for 10 minutes break, and all. I'm like, This is beautiful. This is so. Why won't you read and pass in this kind of place? Why? How? You know, that's another thing on this side. You know, and I feel like one of the things that, you know, began to now affect me is when I want to buy something and I'm calculating in naira. This one, do you know, till now I don't know how to do it yet. When I buy something, I just can't take my mind off not calculating in naira. Like, and I'm like, did I just buy bread for 1,000 plus? Could possible? Because if you want to buy a gege bread here, like, you know, the normal bread we eat in Nigeria, it's like 28 TL. They have their currency here. 28 TL is like 28 times 43. Current rate now is around 43, 44, you know. Sometimes the rate changes. Let me do the calculation for you. 43 times 28 is what? 1,002. Imagine me buying bread for 1,002. And if you see the bread, very tiny, something you can just eat twice, at most 3 times. I'm like, why would I buy bread for 1,200? Do you understand? So I've not still gotten over the fact that when I'm buying things, I can't do without calculating in naira. If you want to buy palm oil, very small palm oil, like very small. I'll try and see if I can see the measurement. That palm oil is like 50 something TL, like 50 plus. Hey, Jesus. Hey, God. 2004 for a small bottle of palm oil. And you know, the painful part is you can't even bring palm oil from Nigeria to Cyprus because they're going to remove it. You can't bring anything oil. You know, I think to some countries, to a lot of countries, you can't, you know, take in oils when you are traveling. Hey, Jesus. When I started buying food stuff, for some of the food stuff I brought from Nigeria, I still have them. Like, I brought egusi, I still have my egusi, I still have my grounded pepper, I still have my momo. I brought momo. You people think it's a joke. I brought momo, I brought maggi, I brought salt, I brought, hey, yeah, fair, God bless you. If you are relocating to a new place, my dear, if you are not carrying anything, please carry food. I'm begging you, carry food stuff you know will last you. The rice I brought just finished, you know, some months ago. Like, I was still eating the rice. The beans I brought also just finished some months ago. I still had things to cook, things to eat, you know, for like the first 3 months I came. I didn't have to buy. Do you understand? And that's because me, I brought a lot. I didn't mind that one box of my, you know, traveling bag was sent back at the airport. You know, I had to drop one box with my brother, and what was inside the box? Clothes. I left the clothes. So I left the clothes, my shoes, bags, everything. I left those things. I said, please, my food is important, let me bring the food. Because you cannot come to a new place and then you are now beginning to spend a lot of money on buying things, buying food, money that you should be saving for other things. You cannot be doing that. Those I did not tell you. Let me now begin to tell you the negative parts. Not negative, so to say. The part that a lot of people don't really talk about, right? I know that, you know, when people relocate, they're like, oh, your abroad is nice, abroad is, you know, beautiful and all that. Yes, it's so beautiful. Honestly, it's beautiful. You know, that's part of being in a sane environment, you know, in a safe place, you know, place that you are free to do what you want to do. Nobody is arresting you on the road. Nobody is asking you questions, unnecessary questions. You can walk in the night here. Nobody will stop you. You understand? It's good. Those things are available. Those things are nice. But let me put it out here. There is no perfect society. Honestly, there is no perfect society. Even the nice places that a lot of people are, I'm sure that when you know, get to tables or inner circles and when people talk about it, you will know that there are really no perfect societies. And I think we should begin to have this conversation so that people don't feel like, where I'm coming from is the worst place on earth. You know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Let me give you one shocker. So one of those days, I was working. And And I just noticed that my internet was disconnected. So in the house, most of the houses here, in fact all the houses have house Wi-Fi, you know, so we buy the Wi-Fi every month and it's unlimited, so you can do what you want to do with the Wi-Fi. And I noticed that it was disconnected. I'm like, what's happening? How is the network disconnected? You know, is this not abroad? Why is network not connected? Before I knew it though, I stood up to ask my housemate. I'm like, what's going on? The internet is disconnected. I said, oh, light is gone. Sorry. I said, what? Which light is gone? Is this not abroad? Those lights used to go off in the abroad. My dear, lights used to go off. God, do you even know that there was a particular time it doesn't go on for, it doesn't happen for a long period anyways. I feel like that's the difference. Okay, so if the light is going off, maybe it's going off for maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, for instance, and it will be restored. But once the light goes off, internet also goes off. That's the thing. So you probably might be out of internet during the period when the light goes off. Okay, even if you have your phone data also somehow begins to slow down. I don't know how it works. I don't know if the electricity is connected with data. I don't know, but that's how it works here so far. That's what I've noticed. So imagine if I'm in the middle of a live session. Just imagine a whole global Mary global Mary. Imagine if I'm in the middle of a live session and you just see that I freeze. I'm sure a lot of people will probably say, it's their network. Maybe if I'm in a live session and maybe Nigerians, they'll be like, it's my network, My dear, it happens though. It happens. That happened. We also had a particular time where I think it was announced that, for now, there's going to be, frequent lights out. And I'm like, what is happening? So we had light outs like 3 times in a week. Do you understand? Like there'll be lights between a particular period, maybe between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. The light is going to go off on a Monday. Then Wednesday is going to happen again. Saturday is going to happen again. At some point, I was like, "Have you one scam, meaning? Are you sure I'm not in Benin Republic?" I said, maybe because the head is rotating, maybe I'll rotate back to Nigeria. And I don't know, because what's the meaning of all this nonsense? How will I be in a place like this? I like this going on. But again, I had to understand that it was because of the maintenance, that was happening at that time. So it had to happen. But I feel like why I love this part is that they communicate these things. Okay, so there's going to be like announcement. They'll tell you, in so area there won't be light between so time and so time. So whatever you want to do, you can of course do it on time. And after that time, it's going to be back, and everything returns back to normal. But I feel like I just need to share this so that people will know that there's no perfect society. There's no perfect society. The reason we feel bad a lot, the way we feel affected a lot, especially in Nigeria, is because again we know that yes, these things are happening, but we're not getting the solutions we want. You understand? So like that's why it's like more painful and more disappointing when people leave Nigeria and they're like, I don't want to come back. I know why they say that, because honestly, when you get outside the shores of Nigeria, you would see that there is life outside. There's life outside, honestly. So that's that. Another thing that people do not always talk about is that the rate at which things get expensive here. Hey, abroad is money, Abroad is expensive. Please, if you have anybody abroad, please just send them money. Abroad is bills. Guess what?